الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار. الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this new episode of the beautiful names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in this episode we are going to speak about Al-Haseeb and then Al-Jaleel. First Al-Haseeb, the reckoner who gives the satisfaction. Now Al-Haseeb, which is coming from Hasaba or Hasiba, got different meanings. Let us take first of all the meaning in the Arabic language. The word Hasaba, which is from Hisab, means to count. And if you take that meaning, obviously Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He counts all our actions. Nothing is going to be hidden from Him. Each and every utterance, action, feeling, even thought, they are known to Allah, they are counted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then another word which is from the same root word, Al-Hasab. Al-Hasab means that a status of a person. When a person is very proud of his ancestors, he can use this word that this is my Hasab. And sometimes we say that the best hasab is the deen itself. As it is said in that hadith that a woman is wed either because of her beauty or because of her money and wealth, and either because of her status. So the Prophet ﷺ has said, always go for the woman with deen, with religion, with piety. Because as far as the beauty is concerned, the beauty can fade. As far as money is concerned, the money is going to pass. As far as hasab is concerned, in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the best hasab, what is that? Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The most honorable among you is the one who got more fear of Allah. Anyhow, so that is one of the meaning. And ihtasaba, another word which is coming from hasaba or hasiba, ihtasaba, is to seek the reward, al-ajr, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As in this saying of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man sama ramadana imanan wa ihtisaban ghafara Allahu ma taqaddama min dhanbih. The person who fasts the month of Ramadan with faith and seeking al-ajr, seeking reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah is going to forgive him all his sins. Another meaning of hasab is to be sufficient, to be enough. We say that hasbuka dirham, hasbuka dinar. Yani 1 dinar is enough for you, 1 dirham is enough for you. And in that sense, the saying of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ata'an hisaba, Allah's gift is going to be enough for them, for the believers. And the last meaning of that word hasiba, which is to think or to speculate. In Arabic we use another word wanna, hasiba, to think or to speculate. Now let us take some of these ayat from Al-Quran to explain the meaning further. The ayah of Surah An-Nisa, وَإِذَا حُيِّيتُم بِتَحِيَّةٍ فَحَيُّوا بِأَحْسَنَ مِنْهَا أَوْ رُدُّوهَا إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ حَسِيبًا. When you are greeted by a greeting, then either greet with a better one or just return that greeting as you have been greeted. Inna Allah kana ala kulli shay'in hasiba. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Haseeb upon everything. It means Hafiz, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has counted it, has preserved it, and if He has preserved it, then He is going to reward it as well. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is counting our actions, and we also said that another meaning of that word is to become enough, to become sufficient. Now just take this ayah of Al-Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu hasbukallah wa man ittaba'aka minal mu'mineen. O Prophet, Allah is enough for you. And also He is enough for all those who followed you from among the believers. So here the word hasbuka means to become enough, to become sufficient. And in the same way, in another ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِن يُرِيدُوا أَن يَخْدَعُوكَ فَإِنَّ حَسْبَكَ اللَّهُ هُوَ الَّذِي أَيَّدَكَ بِنَصْرِهِ وَبِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And if they want to deceive you, then believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is enough for you. هُوَ الَّذِي أَيَّدَكَ بِنَصْرِهِ وَبِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ. He is the one who has supported you with His victory and with the believers. So in this ayah, there is a support mentioned which is coming from the believers and also from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in the first ayah where He said, Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu hasbukallah wa man ittaba'aka minal mu'mineen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself is enough for you and for the followers. Now let us move to the next name of Allah, which is Al-Jaleel, the sublime one, the most beneficent one. Now this word as Al-Jaleel is not mentioned in Al-Quran, but the scholars of Islam have taken it from this ayah, وَيَبْقَى وَجْهُ رَبِّكَ ذُو الْجَلَالِ وَالْإِكْرَامِ. And what is going to remain? The face of your Lord, means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ذُو الْجَلَالِ وَالْإِكْرَامِ, who got all the honor and all the dignity. And in the same way, that ayah is from Surah Ar-Rahman. And the last ayah of Surah Ar-Rahman, تَبَارَكَ اسْمُ رَبِّكَ ذِي الْجَلَالِ وَالْإِكْرَامِ. Name of your Lord is blessed, who is of dignity and honor. So the word Al-Jalal is mentioned in these two ayahs. So what we understand from these words, the concept of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, most dignified, the great one, the sublime one, and such a great or such great is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that out of His greatness you are bound to just look for His mercy and for His gift, because He is the one who gives the gift. This word Al-Jalal, we see that it is coming with Al-Ikram. Al-Jalal, Dhul Jalali wal-Ikram. Combining these two attributes here shows that there is a balance which has been created for the man himself, for the human being, for the Muslim, because a Muslim should be between two things, between the fear of Allah and also the hope with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He should not be driven by just the fear only. No, there is the fear and there is the hope. So Al-Jalal, which gives a concept of fear, Al-Ikram gives the concept of a mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is very similar. I mean, this concept is very similar, which is mentioned in the ayah of Surah Al-Hijr, نَبِّئْ عِبَادِي أَنِّي أَنَا الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ وَأَنَّ عَذَابِي هُوَ الْعَذَابُ الْأَلِيمُ. Tell my people that I am Al-Ghafur Ar-Rahim, the one who forgives, the one who is merciful, and also that my punishment is a very severe punishment. So there should be two things together. This is just like the Bedouin who is driving a camel. He got a whip in his hand Whenever the camel becomes slow, he is going to hit the camel with that whip. And in the same way, he is just walking in front of him or riding upon his back, and then he got that song. The song, when he sings that song, that is going to push the camel to walk fast or to run fast. So both things are together. Singing, which is pleasing the camel, and when the camel slows down, then got that whip as well. So this is the concept here, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yes, we fear Him, but also He is the center of our hope. Another meaning of this Al-Jaleel, we can say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يُجِلُّ أَوْلِيَاءَهُ وَيُعَظِّمُهُمْ بَيْنَ عِبَادِهِ. He gives dignity and honor to those who support Him, who follow Him, who listen to His commandments. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give them the light. The day everybody would be looking for light. And they would say, رَبَّنَا أَتْمِمْ لَنَا نُورَنَا وَاغْفِرْ لَنَا إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. O Rabb, perfect for us our light, and forgive us, because you are able upon everything. So, the people, and among the people, the most noblest one, like the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because of their love for Allah, they wanted to see Him. This is what happened to Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam when he said that, "O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I want to see you." And Allah said to him that, "Look at the mountain. If that mountain can bear the exposition of my light, then you can see me." He saw towards the mountain, and Allah's light was exposed to that mountain, which is Tur Sina. And what happened? The mountain was rendered into dust. The top of it was gone. وَخَرَّ مُوسَى صَائِقًا. And Musa alayhi salam fell down unconscious. فَلَمَّا أَفَاقَ قَالَ سُبْحَانَكَ وَأَنَا أَوَّلُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And when he regained his senses, he said, "O Allah, you are glorified. I am the first one to believe in you." So this should be the attitude of a believer, fearing Allah and also having hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And let the believer always say this dua, "Allahumma inni a'udhu biridhaka min sakhatik wa bi'afwika min uqubatik wa a'udhu bika mink la manjata minka illa ilayk." O Allah, I take shelter with your pleasure from your displeasure, with your forgiving from your punishment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I take shelter with you from you, because there is no way out except with you, except towards you. And with this we come to the end of this session. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and we are going to continue after the break as well.
الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.
Many people trying to get together, but all their efforts were in vain because of ignoring or turning away from this great foundation. We see many people coming to the way of truth, following the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but later on they get off track. What is the reason behind that? Unity is a result, it's not a cover-up. We have to be united from inside, and Allah made this clear in the Quran when He said, وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ.
الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now in this session we want to speak about Al-Kareem, another beautiful name of Allah. Al-Kareem, the generous one, the bountiful. Of course it is coming from Al-Karam, which is generosity. But when we say Al-Kareem, three things come to our mind, and that is in Arabic Al-Jawad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very generous. He gives, and He gives a lot. The second thing, As-Safuh, that He forgives. When He forgives a lot. And the third thing, which is Al-Aziz, that He is dominant and everybody is under His control. In Arabic words, there is an Arabic word that is for the grape plant, which is known as karma. Now this karma, that is coming from the same root word karam, generosity. Why the grape plant is known as karma? Because of the fruit itself, which comes in abundance in that plant, and which is also very useful and very delicious, very good for everyone. Again, the very same word is used in Al-Quran in another sense, and that is something which is very, very important, very significant. For example, in the story of Queen Sheba, Bilqis, when she received the letter of the King Solomon, she said, Inni ulqiya ilayya kitabun kareem. To me, a very important letter has been delivered. That word Al-Kareem, the name of Allah, has been mentioned 3 times in Al-Quran in these 3 ayat. First, فَتَعَالَى اللَّهُ الْمَلِكُ الْحَقِّ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ رَبُّ الْعَرْشِ الْكَرِيمِ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is high, He is the King, He is Haqq, He is the truth. There is no deity except Allah. He is the Rabb of Al-Arsh throne. Al-Kareem, He is generous. And the second verse, وَمَنْ شَكَرَ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِهِ وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ رَبِّي غَنِيٌّ كَرِيمٌ. The person who becomes thankful, he is doing it for himself. The benefit of that thank will go to himself. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ رَبِّي غَنِيٌّ كَرِيمٌ. And the person who becomes unthankful, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is independent. He does not need his thanks. He is generous. And the third ayah, يَا أَيُّهَا الْإِنسَانُ مَا غَرَّكَ بِرَبِّكَ الْكَرِيمِ. O man, what deceived you? What deceived you in the matter of your Rabb, who is generous, who is Kareem? And this word Al-Kareem is used for the human being, for such a person who gives a lot, who is very generous. Anybody who asks him anything, he is going to respond. So if that is the matter with the human being, what we are going to think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the source of that generosity. One of the Mufassirin, a great scholar, Ibn al-Arabi, has given many shades of that karam, of that generosity. Let us take few of them. He said, Al-Kareem is the one who gives without expecting any compensation from the human beings. Even the compensation is coming from Allah Himself. Al-Kareem is the one who gives without any motives, without any reason. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the man with all the blessings bestowed upon him right from the beginning, which keep on coming to him throughout his life. And then in the hereafter, there are other blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well, especially for those who got belief in Him. He is Al-Kareem because He does not want any intercession towards him. لا يحتاج إلى وسيلة. Here what I mean that when he comes to give someone, he does not need any means to do it. He can do it without means. For example, he said, وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَمُنُّ عَلَى مَنْ يَشَاءُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ. Of course, this saying is coming from on the tongue of the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when they said, refuting the claims of the non-believers, that why this message has come to the messenger and not to them, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows His favor upon whom He likes. And then He is Al-Kareem, because He gives to everyone, whether the person is a believer or a non-believer. Whether a person has admitted his authority or not, still He gives him. And sometimes we see that He gives the non-believers more. Why? Because what is meant for the believers in the hereafter, that is great. There is no portion for those people who rejected Allah and Allah's Prophet. They got nothing there. وَالْعَاقِبَةُ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, because the end is only for muttaqeen people, for the believers. This is why let them enjoy a few things of this life, and that is no problem at all. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who accepts when any act of obedience is done, and then He gives that person a lot. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you become thankful, I am going to give you more. That is Allah, that is Al-Kareem. And then Al-Kareem is that Allah who gives the one who needs it, Al-Muhtaj, and the one who does not need it. His gifts are everywhere to everyone. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gives, and then He gives another thing. After one gift, another gift. For example, He said about the believers that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made faith very beloved to them. And then He said after that, وَكَرَّهَ إِلَيْهِمُ الْكُفْرَ وَالْفُسُوقَ وَالْإِسْيَانَ حَبَّبَ إِلَيْكُمُ الْإِيمَانِ وَكَرَّهَ إِلَيْكُمُ الْكُفْرَ وَالْفُسُوقَ وَالْإِسْيَانَ. He made Iman very pleasing to you. And then not only that, He made al-kufr, infidelity, al-fusuq, sinning, al-isyan, disobedience, something despised by you. So Allah's blessings are coming one after the other. And even He gives those people who are blaming Him, who are insulting Him, still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them. And Allah, when someone asks Him, He gives that person. Someone does not ask Him, still He gives him. وَآتَاكُم مِّن كُلِّ مَا سَأَلْتُمُوهُ وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَظَلُومٌ كَفَّارٌ. He has given you whatever you have asked Him. And if you want to count the blessings of Allah, the bounties of Allah, you can't count them. And even that is one of the meaning which is given by Ibn Arabi, that even when a person is not asking directly, only by indication, still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responds. And then He gives this example, that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was just looking at the heaven, expecting from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in order to turn from the Qibla, the Qibla to which he was directing himself in the beginning, Baytul Maqdis, the Jerusalem, to Al-Kaaba. قَدْ نَرَى تَقَلُّبَ وَجْهِكَ فِي السَّمَاءِ فَلَنُوَلِّيَنَّكَ قِبْلَةً تَرْضَاهَا فَوَلِّ وَجْهَكَ شَطْرَ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ وَحَيْثُ مَا كُنْتُمْ فَوَلُّوا وُجُوهَكُمْ شَطْرَهُ. We have just seen thyself turning your gaze in the heaven. That is the example of the indication that our Prophet ﷺ did not say it. He was just looking at the heaven, and then the order came that, O Muhammad ﷺ, turn yourself to Al-Qibla, Al-Kaaba, and let the believers tell them to turn their faces to that Qibla as well. So, in the end, we come to understand that when we say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Kareem, that is in His own self, Huwa Kathirul Khairat. He is the source of all the good things. And again, that also applies that He got a very dignified position, Lahu Qadarun Azim, that He is Al-Kareem and He always gives. And then we can also say that He is free from all the defects. He is perfect. There is nothing which could be described as something incomplete. And then in one of the hadiths of the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Inna Rabbakum Allah hayyun kareemun yastahyi min abdihi idha rafa'a yadayh an yaruddahuma sifran. He said that your Lord Allah is shy, is generous. He becomes shy when he sees that his abd, his slave, stretches out his hand asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for something. He becomes shy of returning these hands empty without anything. He responds to his dua. And then among the signs of his karam or generosity, that whenever a person does any good act, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala records it 10 times, 100 times, 500 times. He multiplies your good actions. But when someone does a mistake or a sin, it is just recorded 1, not more than that. That is again one of the impressions of the generosity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He is Al-Kareem. And as for Muslim, as a believer, our duty should be to have such type of attribute if reflected in ourselves, that we should show that karam, that generosity to the people as well. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon you some good things, wealth for example, give it to the others. Let the poor people, the destitutes, enjoy some of those bounties of Allah which are given to you. And also remember that the most generous among the human being is the one, Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum, who fears Allah most. And with this we come to the end of this session. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار. الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.